Hi, you guys. Okay, Bridgerton, Season 1, Episode 7. It's Lover's Quarrel in the Duke and Duchess's home. Daphne is playing the hell out of that piano, and Simon is shooting pigeons out of the sky. At dinner, they are both being real petty, communicating through the servants. So Daphne wants all her belongings to go into her bedroom. She said it's customary that a wife has her own bedroom after the honeymoon. Simon said, absolutely not. Daphne said, the way you act last night, I know you're not asking me back in your bed. Simon said, chill out. Marital relations is the least thing on my mind. But cool, if that's what you want, go ahead. But I will be checking on your condition till I find out if you're with child or not. Rose come in and bring Daphne Lady Whistledown's paper, and she learns of the scandal involving Colin. Daphne said, we must pack right away. And the Duke said, well, what's going on? And Daphne said, this is family business. No need to involve you. Simon said, look, I tolerated separate bedrooms, but separate households will not suffer. I know that's right, Duke. Daphne said, well, prepare your largest carriage because I'm going to need my space. Lady Whistledown writes, Miss Marina Thompson, recent fall from grace, continues to echo through the town. Her engagement to Colin Bridgerton was nothing more than a sham. A lady's disgrace not only tarnished her own name, but everyone around her. The falling Miss Thompson could only hope to find refuge somewhere. Lady Featherington takes Marina down to a maternity ward. The lady told Lady Featherington that we don't got no room. Now, for a small-sized donation, we can make some room. We know that the Featheringtons are having financial trouble, so Marina can't stay. Okay, down at the Modiste, Lady Bridgerton is getting Eloise prepared for her debut. Eloise said, you know, Mama, with this scandal going on, maybe it's not a good idea that I come out yet. Lady Bridgerton said, child, hush, and just keep smiling. All will be well. Here Lady Bridgerton go with her perfect patty because everybody is coming in the store and watching them. Eloise said, I wonder if a smile will help Penelope. It's that Lady Whistledown. And Madame Delacroix, she said, I sure wouldn't want to cross her. Her word is good as gospel. The Hastings has arrived. And Daphne, when they pull up, she gets out the car and she said, no need for you to be acting like a jailer. I'm not going to find out if I'm pregnant tonight. She slams the carriage door in Simon's face. Inside, Colin is having a fit because he can't see Marina. Anthony said the tongue devours Lady Whistledown word. It's because of her that people believe that you're not the father. But if you go around her, people are going to think otherwise. And that will affect your sisters. Daphne comes through the door and everybody like, hey, what you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be on your honeymoon? I know Simon, man. Where he at? Daphne said, I came as fast as my carriage would allow. And Simon is setting up at Hastings' house. Anthony said, sister, we do not need your assistance. And Lady Bridgerton said, nonsense. Daphne may be the very person that fixed this. Once people see that the Duke and Duchess have our favor, they'll stop talking. Daphne said, pretending is the perfect way to lure the ignorant into submission. Isn't that right, Mama? Daphne is being shady. So the plan is that the Duke and Duchess will attend the Queen's luncheon, and everyone will be so overwhelmed with that they won't even be thinking about Colin and Marina scandal. Colin says, I'm so very glad that everything is going to be settled on my behalf. And he storms off and Daphne follows him. Daphne says to Colin, perhaps you may find yourself lucky that you didn't marry a stranger. Find out who she really was till after your wedding day. Colin said, you must think of me as a fool, but my heart just can't let it go. When I think about her, I want to be near her, with her, despite otherwise. So Daphne can relate to this, right? So she decides to do Colin a solid. She's going to set up a meeting for him and Marina, and she's going to chaperone. Sometimes a person just needs their closure. Okay, Simon and Will was down at the boxing ring. Will said, I was supposed to be saving my energy for this expedition. Here I am using it on your troubles. I haven't seen you this amped up since your dukedom. What happened on your honeymoon? Nothing. I bet your wife didn't like that. It follows no reason or sense, does it? Simon said, what? Will said, marriage. Simon said, I took a vow. Will said, you're a fast learner. The Duke was just getting in and Daphne was peeking out her door. Simon says, "You up? I already seen you." Daphne opens the door and she briefs him about the luncheon. He like, cool. Then Daphne asks him, "Where you been all night? Is this how our marriage gonna be? You out all types of night, going wherever with whomever, doing I don't know what?" Simon said, "Are you for real? You want me? It's only been 3 weeks since our wedding and you think I'm being disloyal?" Daphne said, "Well, it's not far-fetched. We know your reputation. And clearly you can't find nothing left in our marriage." Simon said, "Oh, for real? You believe that?" And they begin to kiss and they take it over to the step. Duke go down on Daphne, got her all hot and bothered and ready. She said, "We should go upstairs." This bitch gonna say, no. Daphne is thinking like, what the fuck? He asks Simon, "What is to become of us?" Simon tells her, "If you're pregnant, I'll stay and I'll support both of you. If not, then we shall remain married in name only. You'll be provided for in a manner fitting a duchess. But this shit right here will not happen. Do you understand me?" Daphne said, "I understand. We no longer trust one another." Okay, today is the day of the meetup between Cullen and Marina. Cullen says to Marina, "Please tell me what Lady Whistledown wrote is untrue." Marina said, "It is." Cullen said, "I don't understand. We were to be married. You say you love me. You're a cruel woman. How can you stand in my face speaking of friendly affection as if you didn't just try to play me?" Marina said, "Hold up now. I didn't come here to get shamed by you or anyone else. I didn't know any better. You may think of me as a villain, but I was doing what I thought I had to do. No one helped me or guided me in the right direction. I needed to marry, and you were the only man that was kind to me." Colin said, "So what, I should be flattered? Lucky me, you chose me, lied to me, and tricked me into a fraud of a marriage. You know what? If you would have simply told me the truth of your situation, I would have married you without a second thought." This makes Marina feel even more like shit. And even though I think she was a piece of shit for trying to do this, but I understand that she was doing what she thought she must do to secure a future for her and her baby. At the Queen's luncheon, people are cooing over the newlyweds. Queen Charlotte says that she made a bet that they'll be pregnant before the end of the year. The Duke said, "We're certainly working on it." Daphne looking at him like, "You lying ass bitch." And she says to him, "Duplicity fits you well." Duke said, "I learned it from the best." And he's right, because Daphne learns it from her mother. Benedict goes over to Henry and his wife. Henry asks Benedict if he met his friend, and Benedict swerves him. He like, "No, my mother is calling me." Queen Charlotte hunts Eloise down. He wants to know what Eloise found out pertaining to this Lady Whistledown, but Eloise doesn't have anything yet. Queen Charlotte says to Eloise, "Find her. Your queen commands it." Lady Downbury comes over to Duke and Duchess, and she invites Daphne to a party, a special soiree with the married ladies of the tongue, which she is the newest member. Next, Lady Featherington comes in with her girls, and the chitter-chatter starts and the whispering. And someone's like, "Oh my goodness, the audacity." Eloise pulls Penelope to the side and she's concerned. Penelope tells her there haven't been no callers in 3 days. And their mama says they're just ruined. And Penelope asks us about Colin. And Eloise like, "Girl, he's a man. He will be fine. They're always fine. And when we uncover Lady Whistledown, we'll convince her to publish a retraction and restore your family reputation." Penelope like, "Bet." But Penelope can give a damn about their damn reputation. All she thinking about is Colin. Lady Featherington is trying to make it right with Lady Bridgerton. She said, "We both was duped by that scheming hussy. I let her into my home and she took advantage. I had no idea." Lady Featherington is an old dirty bitch. Lady Bridgerton ain't trying to hear none of that shit and she walks away. And the Queen's servant, he comes over and he asks Lady Featherington to leave. Their invitation has been revoked. And Cressida gonna say, as they're leaving, that'll teach him. So Daphne just snapped. She said, "Girl, what? Let's not judge or you'll be judged yourself." Daphne storms off and Lady Bridgerton goes after her. And she tells her daughter, I know something is bothering you. I know you're grown, but I'm still your mother. Marriage is joyful, but it also has its trials. And Daphne feels like her mother failed her by not telling her the realities of marriage and marital relations, only but how to put on a happy face and play pretend. And it's frustrating to Daphne because she looked at her mother and father's relationship as this perfect relationship, and her mother never told her any of the trials and tribulations that she may experience and how to navigate through them. Lady Downbury walks by, and this causes Daphne to stop. And you can see that she's clearly frustrated. And Lady Bridgerton, here she go playing pretend, and she talking about it's the heat. So Lady Downbury looked at her like, girl, really? But Lady Bridgerton is always putting on that happy face. Over at the Featheringtons, Lady Featherington tells her husband that they were ridiculed today and it's all his fault. Which she's right. If he didn't owe any debt, then they could have sent Marina back and they wouldn't have to deal with that. Daphne comes by, and Lady Featherton is thinking this is her way back in. And she said, I'm so glad you came, Your Grace. Your mother was heated earlier. But if you came to offer an explanation, Daphne said, Miss Thompson, please. Daphne apologizes to Marina for misjudging her, and she understands Marina was only doing what she thought she needed to do. Daphne is learning that her mother taught her how to be perfect Patty, and it's a different world from where she came from. Realizing this allows her to have empathy for Marina, who was only playing the cards she was dealt. Marina tells Daphne how she felt for Sir George. Next thing, she was missing her period, and now she's alone pregnant. Daphne said, give me his information. I'm going to speak to the general and see if I can find him. Marina said, nah, he doesn't want me. Daphne asks, so what you're going to do to support your child? Something is better than nothing. Don't let him choose your future for you. Make him be responsible. You didn't do this by yourself. So Daphne is going to use her titles to get in touch with the general to see if he can track down Sir George. Lord Featherington goes to see Will. Will think Lord Featherington is there to invest in his boxing expedition. But Lord Featherington tells him that people will bet on you, but no one will take you serious as a businessman. What would your ex-soldier dear daddy think of his son fighting for scrap? Will like, hold on now. You done fucked up talking about my dear daddy. I'll beat your ass. Lord Featherington said, look, if you lose this fight, half of my winnings will be enough to feed your family for a lifetime. Just think about it and holler at me. Daphne is off to the soiree at Lady Danbury's. I think she was expecting tea and crumpets over some gossip. Even better, the married ladies tonight let their hair down. They got the card game going on, and they even have some liquor up in the building. This is exactly what Daphne needed. Some time with other married women. And they're not being perfect patties at this moment. This is their time. For Daphne to be a newbie at the game, she cleans up in winnings. The general's wife is there, and Daphne takes the opportunity to ask a favor. Mrs. Langham, I'm trying to find a soldier for a friend. Do you think your husband can help? Mrs. Langham said, girl, you done took all my money. Please call me Kitty. You're going to have to ask him yourself. He's rarely home. Please don't be sorry. It's the ideal situation to live a separate life from one's husband. I have all the freedom of marriage and no burden of his company. Lady Downbury said, don't forget, Duchess is still in the first bloom of her marriage. Kitty said, oh yes, the famous love match. I'm sure the Duke's company is anything but a burden. Here's how to contact my husband. You're not his wife, so I'm sure he'll respond. Daphne realizes that some women really are unhappily married, and this is how they deal with it. However, the difference with her and the Duke marriage is they're really in love with each other. They love each other company. Simon is just an asshole right now. Anthony runs into the Duke at the casino, and he accuses Simon of trying to avoid him. Also, he has Sienna on his mind. He thinks one of the ladies there is Sienna, but it's not. The Duke is like, why are you here? Anthony said, well, you made an error. I know my sister, and she's not capable of fucking up this bad. I'm not perfect, but I try to keep my promise. Simon said, look, you know nothing about my commitment. I'm trying to be a man of my word. I'm trying. But you know what? I don't expect you to understand that. You keep giving broken promises. What about protecting Daphne from Burbrook? Or what about that reckless affair that you got going on with this opera singer that you think no one knows about? Anthony said, it's so unfortunate that you didn't have your father in your life to give you an example of how to lead a household. Damn it, Gina, why are you trying to be the kettle that's a pot, trying to call a pot a kettle? Simon said, you got me fucked up. Well, you surely make it look difficult. Consistent troubles, you can't manage them. Are you really fulfilling promises that all firstborn sons make? Do you think that your father is looking down at you ashamed, mortified? I wonder, what would the former Viscount say? And this get Anthony heated, and they get the rumbling on the floor like two fucking schoolboys. But I'm with the Duke on this one. Anthony needs to find him some business to attend to and leave everyone else's alone. Like Simon said, Daphne is now his family. Okay, Daphne is getting home from the soiree, and she finds Simon looking stupid on the bed with blood dripping from his face. Simon tells her, Will and I went overboard in the ring today. Daphne goes over to him and she attends to his cut. And this is the first time she's been nurturing to him in a while, because you know they beefing. They begin to kiss, and Daphne asks Simon, why won't you unfold yourself to me? And a child will be a blessing. Please tell me why you're so adamant about this. Simon tells her, I swore off kids a long time ago. My father cared more about the continuation of the Hastings line than anything. More than my mother, more than me. So I made a vow that the line will die with me. Daphne like, hold the fuck up. All of this is because of a vow? Did our wedding day slip your mind or something? You made a vow to me. You told me that you couldn't have children, not some token of revenge to a dead man. Simon said, I made a vow to him on his deathbed. Daphne said, you betrayed me in our marriage bed. So let's be clear. You don't want children and the happiness that we can have together because of a promise to your father. Say it. Simon said, it can't be undone. Daphne feels like Simon's hatred for his father is greater than the love that he has for her. At this point, Daphne feels she needs to think about how she wants to live miserably together or perfectly happy apart. Lady Whistledown writes, is there anything more thrilling than a gamble? Often the highest risk reaps the greatest rewards. If you wager wrongly, you might regret it. One can never know for sure if a bet will make a fortune or ruin it, unless one chooses a more secure pursuit. As the season continues, the biggest gamblers has yet shown their hand, which leaves gossip short these few days. In fact, this author can't think of any events that Marital mentioned. Queen Charlotte seems not to like that Lady Whistledown didn't mention her luncheon. Lady Whistledown continues. She said, the Duke and Duchess has yet to entertain any callers as a couple. No doubt our newlyweds are still in nuptial bliss. Yeah, right. Don't be surprised if they have a new arrival within a year. I don't know about that, Lady Whistledown, because Simon, Eloise and Penelope is trying to figure out who Lady Whistledown could be. Now, Eloise narrowed it down to a tradesperson. Her theory is somebody that's close to the ton, but they're not of the ton. Penelope said, well, it's possible. Eloise said, we must tell the queen about our new theory. And Penelope said, okay, girl, tell her tonight at the concert. Eloise said, yes. And once we unmask Lady Whistledown, Penelope said, yes, I know. The Featherington's honor will be restored. Thanks, girl. Okay, next up, Daphne tells Marina that she wrote the general. But Marina feels hopeless because the the Duke didn't sign it, I guess she feels like, why would the general respond back to a woman? Daphne said, I'm Duchess. He'll pay attention. He must. And Marina said, look, I appreciate everything, but it's nothing more you can do. It's over. I accept the fact and I thank you for your efforts. Marina is feeling like everything's just falling down on her. She's still haven't heard from Sir George himself, and this is causing her to lose hope. Okay, back across the square at the Bridgertons. Anthony goes in and he apologizes to Colin. And Colin like, oh my God, is locusts in the street? Anthony said, I was harsh on you, and I'm sorry. You may be hurting right now, but it'll pass. You have family that loves you. Soon you'll forget about Marina's name, and it'll be like she never exists. And Colin asks Anthony, so how have this worked for you? Bruh, Anthony can't tell you. Okay, upstairs, Eloise is preparing for the concert, and she looks so pretty. And Lady Bridgerton is shocked that Eloise wants to go, but we know why Eloise wants to go. She want to go because she got to see the queen. Lady Bridgerton tells Eloise, taking your place in society should be exciting. If you're not truly ready, I won't ask you to pretend. Maybe I am rushing you, so let's hold off your debut until you feel like you're ready. Hallelujah. Male or female, let people step into relationships when they feel they're ready. Okay, next we have Daphne, and she's giving herself a look over before she goes to the concert, and she's wondering what it would be like to be pregnant. And Simon walks in and she's touching her belly. He like, look at this shit here. Okay, off to the concert, and everyone is in the building. Benedict sees Henry there and he pulls him up because he want to know what's up with his situation. He's trying to understand it. And Henry tells him, simply put, I'm in love with Lord Witherby. He says being married affords his wife the freedom and protection, and they are happy than most couples. Benedict asks him, so what about the women that Lord Witherby courts? Do they know? What about honor? What about romance? Henry asks Benedict, what would you know? He said, I risk my life every day for love. Do you know how it feels to be in a room with someone you love and feel oceans apart? We can't show any affection. We can barely smile at one another without anyone noticing. It takes courage to live outside the traditional expectations of society. You talk a good game, but maybe that's all it is. Talk. Henry has a point. Even though I don't agree that he's down low, but at least he's stepping out there taking risks. What are you doing, Benedict? Living in your brother's shadow? Eloise meets up with the queen and tells her theory on Lady Whistledown. Queen Charlotte said, oh girl, we don't need you no more. She hired a team of both street runners to do a proper investigation. And once they unmask Lady Whistledown, she's going to silence her for good. Eloise like, oh shit, I ain't want to do that. Eloise is over the concert now. She like, fuck that shit. You know, I'm no longer doing the investigation. And Colin, she bumps into him. He's ready to go too. So she like, cool, yes. I'm sorry, Benedict. On the way home, Benedict made a stop and he picked up Madame Delacroix. Eloise said, why are we stopping here at the dress shop? She like, oh, okay, that's what you're doing. All right. Look at Benedict trying to take risks and stuff. Madame Delacroix breaks the awkwardness and asks how was Eloise's night. Eloise said horrible and terribly boring. The entire tongue was there and I haven't had one single worthwhile exchange. Madame Delacroix said everyone was there except for the Featheringtons. Ha ha ha. And this get Eloise's wheels turning in her brain. And Eloise now thinks that Madame Delacroix is the tradesperson, aka Lady Whistledown. She's close to the tongue, but not a member. She knows the Featheringtons, and she remembers Madame Delacroix telling her that Lady Whistledown is nothing to play with. And Eloise, with all of these things, she thinking that Madame Delacroix is Lady Whistledown. Okay, back over at the Featheringtons, Marina seems to be mixing up some herbs. I guess she's trying to have a miscarriage. Penelope comes inside Marina's room and finds her passed out on the fucking floor. Finding Marina like this really has Penelope upset. This is scary. Oh my God, girl. Back at the concert, the music is jumping, and Simon, it has Simon in the mood, and he even grab Daphne's hand. And they're just vibing out to the music. And Daphne feels a cramp. And she knows what it is, but it's one of these please don't moments. And she get up out her chair and she rushed to the back. And she checks herself and she's bleeding. Now, Lady Bridgerton been watching her daughter all night because she know her daughter is going through something in her marriage right now. So she rushes back to Daphne, and Daphne is devastated and she's sobbing so hard that you can hear his wife sobbing in the back. And his stubborn ass got water in his eyes. What for? All this shit your fault. And that's where it ends. And I'll see you guys on the next review. Bye.